Did you know that the Red Bull energy drink came out April 1st of 1987? Only 37 years ago. Without the creation of Red Bull, we wouldn't be able to make Red Bull infusions. Well, I guess we could, but they're not going to taste as well. So I've told you about how, when they first came out, without Red Bulls, we wouldn't make infusions. So these are the materials that you'll need for it. If you're blending them, obviously a blender, and then ice, and then whatever flavoring that you want. So there's different options. So there's like little packets of literally anything that you can use, and you can put those in there. There's always sugar-free options. There's grenadine, which is kind of like a syrup, but it's a little, I don't really know what's different about it. Then Red Bull if you're doing Red Bulls, and then club soda if you don't drink Red Bull is always a really good option. And then I brought 2-ounce cups for your guys's, and then I also use these ones for your iced. So iced obviously looks like it has a lot more than the blended, but it really doesn't. It's just because the ice kind of takes over and fills it up more. I personally drink Red Bulls a lot. I'm sure when you see me in the hallway or literally anywhere, I have a Red Bull in my hand. If not, I carry around my own infusions. I started drinking these back in 2021. My friend who passed away had told me to try these, and I told him he was insane, but I tried it anyway. And now, thanks to him, I have like the biggest addiction to Red Bulls, and I drink so many each day. It's probably really unhealthy, but I do it anyway. So I have decided to kind of share with you why I started drinking these, and show you how to make them, because they're really, really good, I think. So to start off with making them, I'm going to start off with ice. These ones are pretty easy. So I'm using a 12-ounce cup, and with measuring these, it's hard because it's really what you want. There's not really a certain measurement for ice, for syrup, for Red Bull. It's really what you want. So all you do is just pour a little ice in the cup. And then take the syrup of your choice. Go with blueberry. And like I said, it's really how much flavor you want. There's not a certain amount that you have to put. Alright. There's a lot of water from the melted ice, but that's okay. And then for this, I'm just going to do an 8-ounce Red Bull. That's what's easiest for me to measure it out and make it taste good. And you'll just dump it in there. You can dump the whole thing, or if you're not a huge fan of Red Bull, you can do like half. It's really up to you. And these are really carbonated, so it foams a lot, so you'll obviously just have to give it a minute to foam down. Now, I didn't bring a spoon because I usually don't stir mine, but people like theirs like stirred, so if you are doing blended and iced, you can just pour it into the blender, take it, shake it a little bit, and pour it back into the cup, and then it'll mix pretty well. I was told that these look a lot like beer sometimes, but I promise it's not. And they obviously don't taste like it. They taste really good. Oh, shit. Okay, so I'm just going to use this to blend. So just put it in. Now to blend, obviously you're going to need more ice than you put in the cup originally. So so the same thing goes with the blending. It's you put as much ice as you feel is needed. If you want it super, super like slushy and more ice than anything, then put more ice. If you want little ice, kind of blended, like obviously you won't add a whole lot of ice. This is kind of loud, just to let you guys know. I know some people kind of jump when it turns on, but so I'll kind of just show you this. carbonated when Red Bull blends. It's kind of annoying sometimes because it takes a minute. But you should put in the cup. Oops. But that's how you make a blended. When they blend, it's really hard because sometimes the ice will go right to the top and the liquid's just gonna go right to the bottom. Okay, so now I'll show you the club soda. So I'm not gonna blend these ones because club soda is really hard for blending. For the ones that have club soda as an option for blended. It didn't turn out the best. I mean, here, I can just make it and show you. It's really not great. So club soda is basically carbonated water, so it's not like there's any like flavor or anything special to it. Careful when you open them because I had one explode everywhere. That's really there we go. So just pour in the amount that you want. I'm not going to do a whole lot just because it's not going to burn anything. And then when you put syrup in here, it's like I said, the same thing as much as you want. I usually try to even it out, so like pour about the same amount as syrup because club soda really takes up the flavor, and then when you drink it, it really tastes like nothing. Oh, that's what okay. Like they blend really good. When I pour them out, they really just, it's like all the liquid comes out. Oh, never mind, this one worked nicely. Okay, of course that happens. Okay, so it works nicely in here probably because I did just a little bit, but when I tried to make them for everybody, and even when I practiced, the more that you add, I've noticed the ice really just absorbs to itself and then lets the liquid go on the outside, and it's hard to make it for everybody. But now, for ice club soda, it's kind of the same thing as your Red Bull, but for me, club soda really takes over the flavor of like the flavoring syrup that you're putting in. But that's pretty much how you do that. They're all really simple to make and really cheap to make. So, I mean, thanks for listening, and I hope that you would choose to make them instead of buy them because it's cheaper to do it that way. But thanks for listening to my speech.